If you're watching this video, chances are you feel pretty lonely right now. And that's okay. That's completely fine. This is the lonely artist problem that nobody talks about. Why? Nobody talk about it? Because it's always been seen that artists are introverts. They enjoy spending time alone. They enjoy sitting by themselves hours on end, drawing, going absolutely insane about the fact that they can't draw something super simple. They can't draw it right. And if you so happen to be this artist, this introverted artist who enjoys spending time alone, that's good. I'm not here to tell you otherwise. Because as I said, most artists are perceived to be introverted anyways. But I'm here to talk to the people who feel like me. The people who didn't really know what they signed up for when they said that they wanted a full-time art career. The people who didn't know what they signed up for when they decided they want to go freelance. The people who just never knew that it was going to be this lonely, man. The people who would love someone to talk to, would love someone to express themselves with, someone who understands what they're going through. And I'm here to tell you right off the bat that even though you might be alone while listening to this, you're not alone in the way that you feel. A lot of times you can feel that way because you don't talk enough to people to know what everyone else might be going through. You don't have anybody to talk to. We end up feeling alone as artists because art takes a lot of time to do, and even more time to get good at. And with all that time you might spend working on a 10-hour piece per day or always practicing, life tends to pass you by. How many times have you told those friends of yours that you're just not coming to the meetup? They called, they said, "Hey, we're going out this weekend. You coming?" Nah, I'm staying home. I'm gonna work on my story, or I'm gonna work on my comic book, or I'm gonna work on being a better artist. And you told those friends no so many times that they just stop asking altogether. They don't really reach out to you anymore because you've given them the idea that you don't want to be reached out to. And in some cases, you might say to yourself, "Yep, this is what I want." But then you say to yourself, "Man, why does it feel like nobody cares? Why does it feel like nobody understands, or nobody, I can't relate to anybody. I can't relate to anybody about how I feel. I can't relate to anybody about my artistic problems or the problems that I might face mentally." This yearning for relatability, it's not a case where you're always looking for the pity of it, right? In my case, I'm not looking for people to feel sorry for me. It's a case where sometimes I just don't know what to do. I might not know how to do this particular drawing. I might not know how to paint this particular thing. But sometimes just having somebody who can understand what I'm going through and say, "Hey, we can figure it out together. Let's both work on it. I support you, you support me. Let's both move forward and let's both get better together. Sometimes that's all you want. Somebody who you can lean on in this very long and dark path as we know as being an artist. Sometimes the path is clear, right? Sometimes we know that, okay, I'm gonna go to art school, or I'm gonna work in a studio one day or something. You know the goal. But sometimes you know the goal and you don't even know how the heck you're gonna get there. And sometimes I just wish that there was somebody, or maybe you wish that there was somebody who just has an idea of what to do that actually works. Because on one end of the spectrum, being a good artist is hard enough. Then you have to worry about being a profitable one. One that actually is able to survive off of their work. And that's not easy. That's one of the hardest things for any artist dating all the way back into ancient times. How can he be profitable? And so those are just some of the things that you would really, really, really need a helping hand to understand. Because anybody can be your friend, man. You can go out there right now and say, hey, do you want to be friends? And somebody probably will take you up on your offer. But how can you find a friend that is willing to help you as much as you might be willing to help them? Maybe you guys are on a similar level artistically. Maybe you guys are aiming for the same goal. Your interests align. Or maybe that friend is slightly better than you in your eyes. Maybe you see them as a role model. Someone who just does it better than you can. And them doing that is a great source of inspiration for you. I've seen countless times where people feel out of this world demotivated. But, sorry if you hear the drilling in the background, my neighbors are doing some construction. But they have this friend that maybe when they see that friend's art, they're like, man, this dude's killing it right now. I'ma lock in. I can't let him beat me. I'ma lock in. You message that guy and be like, hey, I see what you just done did. Pretty cool. How did you do it? They let you know the entire process to it. And you're like, oh, that's how you do it. Oh, okay, cool. Then boom. Instantly you try something new, or instantly you learn something new that could really benefit you in your work. And you could do the exact same thing for them. So having a friend or having somebody who you can just relate to in this art journey is unbelievably useful, unbelievably amazing. Some might even say, I've heard my dad say this once, that a good friend is even better than money. And I believe that. I believe that. Because someone who is willing to look out for you as much as you are willing to look out for them, irreplaceable. So, how do we fix this problem of being a lonely artist? If it wasn't clear already, go outside. Go outside, man. Maybe reach back out to some friends from the past, if you so choose to, and say, hey, how are you? Want to meet? And see where it goes. If not, make new friends. Easier said than done, but put in a little extra effort. If you live somewhere where there's conventions, art conventions or anything at all that you're interested in, probably build up the courage and go if it's possible. I know a lot of us as freelance artists or up and coming artists typically don't have money, so if it's within your means to go, go. Meet some people who you could rely on, or at the very least you can learn from. be humble, and be nice, and you'll be fine. And let's say maybe going outside is not your thing. The next best thing is obviously to just join a community online. There are hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of communities artistically that you can join. Maybe you share interest in a game. Maybe you share an interest in a show, a movie, a anime, a cartoon, whatever that might be. Find a community for it. Maybe it's on Discord, maybe it's on Twitter, maybe it's on DeviantArt. I don't know. Reddit? I don't know. Find a community of people who have similar interests to yours. I'm not saying you're just gonna land in this community and instantly you're gonna find that person who is 100% compatible with you and your goals. But at least, very least, you might end up finding somebody who you can talk to. Example, my Discord server. A lot of us in there are super chill, right? All of us share the same goal of just wanting to get better. Just people wanting to improve at art. Maybe you could also find a studio job. Easier said than done, but maybe you can find a studio job. Work in a studio with a lot of people who probably are veterans at what they do, people who can share a bit of knowledge to you. That might be a great place to as well. Point of the matter is, find somewhere. Discord link in the description, by the way. Find somewhere that you belong. We as humans are naturally social creatures. We are always going to yearn, no matter how small, for some level of social interaction. So once again, be humble, be nice, don't be too pushy. Don't just go out there and say, hey, let's be friends. Try to make it be a bit more natural, you know? I know some of us might not have the best experience as it relates to meeting new people and becoming friends with them, but, you know, try not to come across a bit weird. Instead, keep calm. Maybe ask some little simple questions like, where are you from? Or what do you like to do? What do you like to draw? What are you interested in? And see if it matches up with yours. And see what works from there. Because we're talking about artists here. You might go out there right now and be looking for friends. And God so help me, the other artists might be looking for friends too. But most of us are so lacking as it comes to social skills. Someone would really, really, really be interested in talking to us or socializing with us, and we won't be able to pick up on that. It might come across as if we don't want to be talked to or even look at. But that's just too much time being spent alone that caused that problem. So take your time and you'll be fine. So in this video, hopefully I spoke about the lonely artist problem as it relates to how I see it. I didn't really have a script for this video at all. I'll just be speaking off the top of my head because I was just talking about stuff that I've personally felt and still do feel right now. And I just feel like there might be someone out there who wouldn't mind hearing that someone else feels the same way that they do. Maybe that can help them to alleviate some pressure off their back. Yeah. Even right now, I myself wouldn't mind having a nice friend. Someone who I believe has the same vision as me. You know, maybe someone who is at a similar skill level. I would prefer them to be better in my eyes. Who might want to create content. You know, maybe they want to be YouTubers. Maybe they want to make a story one day. I don't know. I just wouldn't mind having a friend right now. Somebody who gets it. So, who knows? Maybe after this video, maybe I'll meet one. And if not, that's fine. That is fine. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourself. It might be lonely at times, but it gets better. It gets better. Yep. So, that being said, as always, happy drawing. I'm watching you from afar, and I'm rooting for you. Peace.